Invest 95L is intensifying with a 70% chance of development within the next 48 hours and 80% chance of development within the next 5 days. This system is likely to intensify into a hurricane or tropical storm for the Gulf of Mexico. Please disregard all the talking in the background. And this storm could impact the Gulf Coast of the United States with some strong winds and quite a lot of rain, too. There also could be another storm behind it as well, possibly a hurricane or major hurricane. So the next name on the list is Humberto, so we could be seeing that out of this. So the models are predicting that the storm will likely be very disorganized on its whole trail. Very weak, pressure of 1012 on that little flash there. Not much according to the models. They take it well below what the National Hurricane Center gives it. And you can see another hurricane in the Eastern Pacific. We'll be watching that for a potential major hurricane. And earlier today, there was a forecast model that took another tropical storm into New England. So they don't normally get that there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. The model seems to have called off that, but could call on that again soon. Looking at the 5-day graphical outlook, we have a high chance, the 70% chance of development in the next 48 hours, as stated, and 80% within 5 days. This next one has 40% chance of development within 5 days and none within 2. Tropical Depression 13E has developed in the Eastern Pacific Ocean and could become our next hurricane. We also have 20% chance of development within the next 2 and 5 days in Disturbance 1, 10 and 20 in Disturbance 2, and 0 and 50 within 3 on the third storm. So looking at this system in Tropical Depression, looks like it will likely become a hurricane. So we'll be watching that as well. Going back to tropical tidbits here, here is a infrared look at Invest 95L. As you can see, it still has a significant amount of convection, and it even picked up a little bit of rotation in the storm. So that's going to likely continue to be favorable, and along with the rest of the conditions for a tropical storm development within the next couple of days. Also, I'd like to take a look at the satellite imagery for Tropical Depression 13, which has which has very nice cloud tops, great rotation, and very nice cloud tops. Wherever you see that pink, it's cloud tops of 80 degrees plus, so there's a lot of convection, and that will pretty much fuel this storm into its intensification phase. And we could be seeing another one behind it, as stated, with that 50% chance. So, really, a lot of convection for this on this storm. Here's another look at the infrared imagery, which is a bit glitchy at the moment. There we go. As you can see, it really shows you the amount of convection the storm has. A lot of blow-ups, and its rotation is great. So that's one. That's another loop. Here's another one showing the storms on visible, zoomed in on the storm. And again, it's got all that convection and those very high cloud tops, and the rotation is very well defined. Another look at it, pretty much the same graphic on this one, except it shows the clouds at night, when night comes over the system as well. Looking at the true color zoomed out, you can see the storm's surroundings. The system behind it is the system with is the disturbance with a 20% chance of formation within the next 2 and 5 days, and somewhere behind it is the 50%. But the rotation is, as stated, is very well defined, and the water vapor shows that the storm has a lot of energy. A lot of dry air to the northwest of the storm, but the storm's intensity is expected to pick up, and size too. This one could blow right through that without problems. So that's what we're looking at for Invest 95L and Tropical Depression 13W.